Look at these tomato leaves. They're curled up like little tacos, and if you're like most people, your first move is to grab the hose. Here's the thing that might be the wrong move, and it's a mistake almost every Zone 9 gardener makes at some point. This plant isn't dying. It's actually doing something on purpose. And once you understand why, you'll stop panicking every single time it happens. If you're in Zone 9, you've seen this every summer. Leaves roll up tight around midday. And by the time you're worried enough to act, you don't know if you should water more, water less, fertilize, or leave it alone completely. Today, you're getting 3 things. First, what's actually happening inside a curling leaf. Not the surface level answer. Second, the 1-second check that tells you if it's normal or an actual problem. And third, the 2 fixes that genuinely work, not the ones that quietly waste your time and money. Let's get into it. Here's the real mechanism, and it's simpler than you'd think. When a tomato plant loses water through its leaves faster than the roots can pull it back in, it rolls its leaves inward along the midrib. That shrinks the surface area facing direct sun, which cuts down how much water it's losing through the day. It's not damage happening to the plant. It's the plant building its own shade. This is called physiological leaf roll, and in Zone 9 heat, it's genuinely one of the most normal things your garden will do all summer, especially once temperatures push past 90 degrees. Almost nobody explains it that way. Here's why that matters. Now here's your 1-second check, and this is the part that actually matters, because 2 very different problems look almost identical at first glance. Physiological roll almost always starts on the lower, older leaves, and the rest of the plant stays green and healthy everywhere else. New growth still looks fine, the plant's still setting fruit, nothing looks stressed except those older leaves. If that's what you're looking at, leave it alone completely, no spray, no extra water, nothing. But if the curling starts on new growth at the top of the plant, or you're seeing yellowing along with the curl, that's a different problem entirely, viral leaf curl or herbicide drift, and it needs a completely different response. So before you touch anything, check where the curl actually is. Lower leaves, healthy green, no yellowing. That's your plant protecting itself. New growth, curling with yellow spots, that's something else. And more water isn't going to touch it. Quick question for you. Are your curled leaves on the bottom of the plant or up near the newest growth? That single detail tells you which fix you actually need. Here's one more quick distinction, since I know some of you are seeing this on peppers or squash too. Upward curling is almost always heat or moisture related, exactly what we're covering today. Downward curling, leaves drooping and folding toward the ground, usually points somewhere else entirely, either overwatering or pest damage. Direction matters more than most people realize. That one detail alone saves people weeks of guessing. Let's talk about the mistake I made for 2 summers straight before I caught it. I used to see curled leaves and immediately soak the plant every time. Here's why that backfires. If the roll is caused by heat stress and the soil's already holding enough moisture, adding more water doesn't help the leaf at all. It just risks root rot stacked on top of a plant that was already fine to begin with. Before you water anything, push a finger 2 inches into the soil. If it's still moist down there, the water's not the problem, so don't add more. The actual fix isn't more water, it's more consistent water. Big soil temperature swings, bone dry one afternoon, fully soaked the next, are exactly what triggers the worst rolling in the first place. And here's a second mistake that costs people real money. A lot of gardeners see curled leaves and assume it's a nutrient deficiency, so they dump extra fertilizer on the plant. If the roll is physiological, that fertilizer does nothing for the leaves, and too much nitrogen during a heat wave can actually push the plant to grow faster than its roots can support. making the stress worse, not better. Save the fertilizer for a problem that's actually a fertilizer problem. Actually, pause for 1 second. Go look at one leaf on your own plant right now, or picture the one you saw earlier this week. Is it on the bottom of the plant or near the top? Keep that answer in mind because it's about to matter again. One last mistake that happens all the time, and it's the one that actually makes things worse instead of just wasting money. Some gardeners see the curled leaves and prune them off, thinking they're dead or diseased. Don't do this. Those leaves are still fully alive and fully functional. They're just holding a defensive shape to survive the afternoon. If you cut them off, you're removing part of the plant's ability to photosynthesize right when it's already under stress. You'd be causing the exact problem you're trying to fix, just from a different direction. Wrong move, water it, feed it, or cut it. Right move, check it, then leave it alone. So here's what actually works, and it builds directly on the midnight watering trick from earlier this series. First, mulch deeper. A 2 to 3 inch layer of straw or wood chips over the entire root zone keeps soil temperature stable, which means the roots aren't scrambling to catch up every single time the sun gets intense. Second, bring back that silver shade cloth. 30 to 40% shade during the worst afternoon hours, roughly 1 to 4 p.m., cuts direct heat load on the leaves enough that they don't need to roll defensively in the first place. Do both of those together, and you'll see noticeably less rolling within about a week, not because you fixed a problem, but because you removed the reason the plant felt like it needed to protect itself in the first place. One more thing worth knowing before you go check your own plants. Indeterminate varieties, the tall, vining kind that keep growing all season, roll far more often than determinate, bushier varieties. So if your neighbor's compact tomato never curls and yours does every single afternoon, that's not you doing something wrong. That's just the variety you planted. And one timing note that saves a lot of worry, physiological roll usually loosens up by evening once temperatures drop. If your leaves are still tightly curled the next morning, before the sun's even back up, that's worth a closer look because true heat roll should have relaxed overnight. That's the whole system. Now here's the one line to actually remember. So here's where you stand. Curled leaves in zone 9 heat are almost always your plant protecting itself, not a sign you're failing it. Check the lower leaves for healthy green color and no yellowing. That's your fastest confirmation. Stabilize your soil moisture with a thicker mulch layer. Bring the shade cloth back out during the worst afternoon hours. Skip the extra fertilizer. And let the plant do exactly what it's built to do. Not every curled leaf needs your help, and that's the part most people never hear. And if you've already got fruit sitting on the vine that's cracking or splitting right before it ripens, that's a completely different soil moisture problem than this one. And that's exactly what I'm breaking down next.